Hello, hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've been live, so let's see here if you guys can see and hear me. It's always good to check that. Audio looks good. Okay, I think we're rolling. All right. Hello, nice to see you. My name is Alina Wilson with Estimate Mastery. If you've been with us for a bit, we used to be XM8 Mastery, and we are now Estimate Mastery. So we do a little bit of a rebrand here going into late summer. So we're super excited about the rebrand. Tonight, I'm going to be covering how to not leave line items behind. So we have a list of commonly missed line items that I like to talk about. And I'm going to be giving you a link to go and download that PDF here in just a bit. But I want to show you some of those missed line items or commonly missed line items before we get into the download of them. I like to just cover them and kind of the why behind some of them that we use. So if you would like that that link, just hang in there with me. We'll get that going for you. Thanks, Robert. Thank you very much for letting me know I'm up and running. I appreciate you. You know what? Actually, let me just go ahead and you can follow along. How about that? I'll go ahead and post the link for right now. So down below, if you click that link, hopefully it'll link on your phone or wherever you're watching in from. And that's the PDF. I'm going to be going over those line items. And I like to go over it with you and show you a couple things in Xactimate so that you can just know the why behind what we're talking about on this list. And I'm going to go over 10. So we're actually going to go over quite a few line items here. And I'll go ahead and jump right into the training part of this, if everyone's okay with that. I'm just pulling up an estimate that we can work with as a sandbox is what I like to call it, and add some of these line items for you. And the other thing about this list is these are the ones that I commonly see left off of contractors' estimates that maybe you just don't know what you don't know, or it's just something that isn't quite apparent that it should be used this way in Xactimate. So we get a little creative because Xactimate, yes, it has 18,000 plus running line items, but it doesn't have one for every single situation, right? We run into things like the hand carrying of shingles onto a roof. First of all, it's not included in the removal and replacement of shingles. Second of all, it's an extra charge. Right? If it's not being loaded to the roof, it actually talks about that in the replacement line item for roofing. That if it's a standard roof stocked price that is on that line item. So if we're hand carrying shingles and removing debris by hand, there's an extra charge for that, but it's not apparent in Xactimate, right? We don't have hand carry line item. We use roofer labor hours. So that's one of the things that, of course, I just kind of gave away to you guys that we'll be talking about tonight. And if you're watching the replay, glad to have you there as well. So let me just set up a couple things for us. I was going to show you my screen and I'm having some trouble doing that. So give me 2 seconds here. I'm a little rusty on the old Facebook, YouTube Live. So let me just make sure that I get everything where it's supposed to be. Alrighty here. We'll get started in just a second. So I guess we've got a couple people actually. Hey, there's people here besides Robert. Thank you, Robert. Tell me where you're from. Where you guys watching in from tonight? I'd appreciate to know where we are in the country with you guys. I know we have a lot of people that watch from Texas, and like I said, I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row over here. And just shamelessly killing a little bit of time here while I find the info that I need. So we'll be talking about those missed line items here. There it is. There's the old list. Okay, so we've got a screen share here for you. And first thing, I'm going to talk a little bit more about roofing than mitigation or restoration, but I do have a few for those that do interior work. Oh, there we go. There's Mike. Hi. Robert is in South Florida. Lloyd's in Alabama. Good to see you, Lloyd. Mike is watching over there, YouTube, Northwest Indiana. Thanks, guys. Sebastian's Oklahoma City. We actually have family that lives in Fort Worth, Texas, so we know that Oklahoma area. We go and visit, go on vacation over there, and we go to Oklahoma. Indianapolis is Miguel. Great. Thank you, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Okay, let's do the screen share. And when I do this, it always looks like Inception a little bit, so sorry about that. Let's see if we can see Xactimate here. Is that looking okay? Aha, I usually do two computers. Now I remember what how I got into this trouble to begin with. All right, so commonly missed line items, money you are leaving behind. So as I just said, if you just joined us, if you look for the click for detail for removal and replacement of shingles, you're going to see that there is nothing there for hand carrying that material back and forth. All right, so you will see it actually says right here that it's a roof stocked price right here. Roofing material components and surveys is roof stocked, right? So if we have to hand carry, that's my argument is I use the click for detail on that line item. By the way, I'm already in an estimate looking at line items. I forget to mention that. I kind of always just fast forward right into the action. But you want to use what's called the RFG LAB or LABL, just depending the roofer, which laborer will be removing the debris and then replacing it. Maybe the remover is done by a general laborer, and then maybe the install you want to use the hand stock, you use the LAB. It's up to you. You're the estimator. Don't shoot the messenger here, but it kind of gets expensive if we were to add an hour per person, and there's 4 people carrying. You're the judge. You decide which line item you want to use for that, but that's a common thing that we see. So tonight, I know if you're watching the replay, we're going to be giving out a list of commonly used line items. And so let me go to that PDF for us real quick. I don't know, it's going to be Inception for a second. Sorry. We're looking here at the commonly missed line items. That's our bad access charge. So can you see this photo here? It's kind of small. This is the copy of the PDF that we'll be giving out. But you can see this is a photo from a home in Denver, and that you can't access for the backyard, and in the front yard, there's no driveway. So for the dumpster, for, again, hand loading the shingles on this home, we need some extra money because we're not going out of pocket. The adjuster, the insurance company, heck, they don't work for free, and we shouldn't either. So when something's not included in a list, in the description, in the line item, like I showed you on this replacement, we need to be asking for extra funds, okay? So that's the first one. The next one for roofing specifically as well is that if you're using a laminate style shingle, you need to be using a laminate style ridge cap. This is something I see a lot of contractors doing still, even though they've added this new line item, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. You guys are adding a laminate style shingle, but on the ridge cap, you're only using a 3-tab. Did you know that this RIDGC line item isn't going to cover it's for a cut of the ridge. So you see quality. This item assumes the 25-year 3-tab. See that? You got to check your click for detail. You got to pay attention to these minor things that Xactimate's going to throw at you that can turn into major dollars if you don't watch what you're doing. So what you want to be using is the RIDGC-S. That's the standard profile composition shingles. What's a little annoying about this is if you search laminates, ridge, it's not going to come up because they didn't name it that way. You have to know that there's another option. It's the RIDGCS. So if we click for detail on that, you'll see that the quality is pre-cut ridge cap. All right. And the difference in price between that and this, I'm not really sure what price list I have on this, but we're going from $4.97 back down to $4.48. So, 30 cents per lineal foot. You might go, I don't know. But those 30 cents is going to turn up to hundreds, and then thousands of dollars over time if you're not using the right line item. All right. So that's one of the other ones that I commonly see. Let's move to the interior of the home. What you'll find a lot of times in some of the more high-end or custom houses is that the ceiling height, when you're painting or drywalling, the ceiling height, if it's 10 or 14 feet, it can get, you have extra labor to set up for that, and extra going up and down the ladder and all of that. And did you know that there is a high charge for that in the actual program here? So there's a high ceiling charge, and this is the PDF I'm giving you a preview of, guys. Sorry, it looks kind of messy. I pulled it up in my editor here, but the high ceiling charge. And then when you get that PDF, and I actually sent a link, if you'll look in the comments, hopefully that posted for y'all, and I'll post it again here in a bit when I'm done with the this short training tonight. But we also give you what's called the category and selector codes. So like when I was talking about the RFG LAB, you'll see that I give you those, the pre-cut shingle, I give you the RIDGS. That's going to be your category. So just enter the category. And oh, we're on painting now, PNT, and then the selector code. So I just want to let you know, we give you those little shortcuts for you guys to start to learn the line items here. So high ceiling charge is going to be PNT, P high, or if it's 11 to 14, it'll be the P high with a, what is that called? A less than sign. So P high is where I'm going to put that with a less than, let's say. And, it's only 3 cents right now on this this price list. Let's see what the 14-foot is. 5 cents, but you know what? That's an extra $30 over time over each job that, per room, if we had a high-end home that had the family kitchen, dining, and living room, all with that same charge, we're going to start to pick up some pretty good money that's completely legitimate in the program. So $30 per room on this estimate. I've got 4 rooms. That's $120 I would have left behind because I didn't know what I was doing. And it's true in Xactimate. Like I said, 18,000 plus line items. How are you supposed to know what you don't know, right? That's where it's our job over here at Estimate Mastery to pick up on those things. So if you want my list of top 10 items, there's quite a bit here if you want to take a look. I'll do one more. I like the final interior cleaning because something just changed on the price list. It's really super cool on the interior cleaning. So if you want the whole list of all 10, please click on that link that I dropped in the comments, and I'll drop it again right after talking about this line item if you'll hang on with me. But the final cleaning is pretty cool what they've just added. So there's something that the adjusters would say when I add this final cleaning. There's one for residential, by the way, and then there's one for commercial, right? So use the appropriate one, but we're in residential today. And they would say, well, actually, Lena, that final cleaning is included in the supporting events. And I was like, that's a stretch and kind of a gray area. So what Xactware did, I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago, they've actually added verbiage to the final cleaning that says this is not included in the supporting events. So supporting events are at the top of your screen when you're writing an estimate and estimate items. And it says here, let's say for drywall, if we had a drywall job, it says that the labor is based on 8-hour day of planning, drive time, yada, 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 setup, cleanup of tools and equipment, debris removal, and floor sweeping or vacuuming is included in this supporting event, which is factored in to the price list price. Okay, so for the square foot price of drywall, they're factoring in some of these supporting events, and you can read all of them. I'm not going to go into the details. But if you look at the CLN final cleaning line item that should be added to do a final clean, okay, because the drywaller does his immediate vacuuming and whatever, but we need to wipe down all surfaces. If there's anyone in the house that's immunocompromised or has lung issues, we got to really clean down that room. I know some restorers who actually put up the plastic. Oh gosh. I have hangry brain right now because I haven't eaten dinner yet. But they'll seal off the room, and there's a word for it. And because of the drywall, dust gets everywhere. Okay, all of that to say, Xactware added in your click for detail for the final cleaning. It says that it's not included in the supporting events. And I may have an older price list attached to this one. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull one with a new and get this. Let me just see here. Let's just add that CLN final R. And with that new click for detail, the new price list, see, I don't know if you caught it, but the last estimate I had open had an older price list, and they've vastly added to this in recent days. So it will say here that the final cleaning, and I know this is probably tiny on your screen, so let me read it to you. The labor supporting events within each line item are intended to be inclusive of the general cleanup performed by each trade for that particular activity, but are not representative of final cleaning at the end of the job that includes things like dusting, vacuuming, sweeping, mopping, general wipe down surfaces impacted by various construction activities. So it's saying that final clean after all trades are done is warranted and is not included in the supporting event. Okay, so very cool. Again, there's a residential and there's a commercial line item for that. And it's something that y'all will definitely want to take a look at if you do interior work. So a couple of people, Jeremy's here from hot as hell, Texas, Houston, Texas. It's just hot everywhere, Jeremy. Sorry about that. But let me get that link for you guys. Uh, and thanks for your comments. Thanks for hanging in with me while I got my rusty self back into Facebook, YouTube Live mode. And appreciate everybody out there. Go ahead and click that link. You might have to copy and paste it. I'm not sure. I'll go back after this video is posted and make sure that it is clickable. Hopefully it is. And appreciate you guys being here. I'll actually be here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central from now until the 1st of September. We're just getting back into our launch season and some other fun things. Tom, great point. Final clean doesn't include windows. Yeah, just read that click for detail. And whatever you don't see here, it just says doors, walls, fixtures. All right. So if we need that final cleaning of windows because you have to get some more detail, good on you, Tom. You just found, Tom just gave us an 11th missed line item there. So thanks, Tom, for chiming in. And of course, any comments that you want to leave down below after the fact, we will be around to answer any questions, or if you know another line item that we should be adding and talking about, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Zach, good to see you. Oh my goodness, haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing well out there, and thank you. Yeah, we did. For anyone who's here that doesn't know us, we went from Xactimate Mastery as our company name. We are now Estimate Mastery. Okay, so wherever that is up there, you will. So I hope it's not confusing. When you receive the email of the top 10 list line items, it may come from xactimatemastery.com. We're kind of in the middle of this weird season of rebranding, but hey, hang in there with us. I'm still here. We'll give you the best information possible. Who cares what our name is? I'm still here to serve you guys. So anyhow, hope you guys have a great week in your business, and I'll be here next Tuesday at 6. If you'd like to drop by for some more Xactimate training then, I will see ya. Bye, guys.